Welcome back once again, all of my low carb friends, and for those of you who are here for the first time, welcome. When it comes to sweets, one of my husband's favorite flavor combinations is chocolate and peanut butter. And so today is our official day of our 14th wedding anniversary, and in honor of my amazing husband, I am going to show you guys how to make chocolate peanut butter cookies. These are super quick, super easy, super delicious. And if you want printable versions of these, you can check out my website at janetsdeliciouslowcarbkitchen.com. You can find a printable version of this and other goodies there for you. And if you're new to the channel and you want to see lots of easy, delicious keto recipes, make sure you click that subscribe button and click the notification bell that's right next to the subscribe button. That way you can be notified every time I put out new videos every Wednesday and Saturday. And if you'd like to help support the channel, make sure you scroll down in the description of the video. You'll see some Amazon affiliate links. Anytime you purchase anything using those Amazon affiliate links, a small portion of your purchase will go to me and will help to support the channel. So anytime you want to buy anything on Amazon, make sure you remember me, use my affiliate link, and a small portion of your purchase will help to support the channel. And while you do all that, let's get cooking. Preheat your oven to 350 degrees. Line a large baking sheet with parchment paper and set it aside. In a large mixing bowl, combine 2 tablespoons of cocoa powder and 1 cup of golden monk fruit sweetener or brown sugar sweetener of your choice. Sift or whisk these in all together until they're fully combined and there are no lumps in the dry ingredients. If you prefer, instead of the golden monk fruit sweetener or brown sugar sweetener, you can use regular granulated monk fruit sweetener or a granulated sweetener of your choice. I really like the brown sugar taste that the golden monk fruit gives to this. I think it complements the peanut butter and chocolate really well. But if you prefer granulated sweetener over the brown sugar taste, that's perfectly fine. It'll work just fine. Once there are no lumps in your dry ingredients, add 1 cup of peanut butter. You can use creamy or chunky. I prefer creamy. I think it gives it a better texture. Then use a fork and fold the dry ingredients into the peanut butter until everything is fully combined. You can use a wooden spoon if you prefer to rather than a fork. Personally, I think the fork blends it in better so you don't have a grainy texture in your peanut butter, but a wooden spoon or even a hand mixer will work just fine. Add 1 large room temperature egg and 1 tablespoon of vanilla extract. Continue to use your fork and stir these all together until everything is fully combined and you have a creamy texture. If you guys have watched any of my other videos, you'll know that usually when it comes to your eggs, I am emphatic about them being room temperature because it does make a difference in most other recipes. This recipe doesn't make that much of a difference whether it's room temperature or not because you don't have any flour or baking powder involved. But I will say it still is easier to mix it in when it's room temperature rather than an ice cold egg. Also, I use 1 tablespoon of vanilla extract in this because I like a little bit of a vanilla hint. It complements the chocolate in this recipe really well, but you can always use less of the vanilla extract if you don't like to actually taste that vanilla flavor. It's not an overpowering vanilla flavor, but you can taste it a bit. So you can adjust that vanilla extract and you can adjust the sweetener according to your personal preference. Once everything is fully combined and creamy, fold in anywhere from 1/4 of a cup to 1/2 of a cup of keto chocolate chips. I use probably close to 1/3 of a cup, so it's somewhere in between there. However many chocolate chips you want to put in there is up to you. Just don't put more than a 1/2 cup because then it can start to affect the texture of your cookies and how it holds together. So anywhere from 1/4 to 1/2, but no more than a 1/2. These are also optional. If you don't want chocolate chips in these, your texture will still turn out fine if you bake these without the chocolate chips. I just like chocolate, so I want the chocolate chips in there. Once everything's fully combined and your chocolate chips are evenly distributed throughout the mixture, scoop the mixture out 1 tablespoon at a time and place it on your prepared baking sheet about 1.5 inches apart. You're going to need a little bit of room for when you shape the cookies. Once they're all scooped out, Use your fingers and roll each scoop into a tight, smooth ball. Then use the back of a fork and gently flatten each one of the balls, creating a crisscross shape on top of each one of the balls. Now these cookies, they don't have any type of a rising agent, so they do not rise at all and they do not spread. So whatever shape and however thick you are shaping your cookies out to be, that's what they are going to be once they are baked. They do not lose their shape. They do not rise or spread in any way. So however thick you want your cookie, that's how thick you need to flatten it out to. Also, you want to make sure after you have used your fork to make the crisscross shape on top of the balls, you want to make sure that the sides of your cookies are staying together in that circular shape. That way they won't fall apart on you when you go to eat them. And they won't have a weird shape. So make sure they all stay together and you shape them how you want them to come out looking like once they are baked. Place the cookies in your preheated oven and bake at 350 degrees for 6 to 8 minutes or until they are slightly firm. If you like more of a softer cookie, then 6 to 7 minutes should work for you. If you're like me and like a firm cookie but not crunchy, then about 8 minutes was perfect. If you prefer more of a crunchy cookie, you can bake it for around 9 to 10 minutes, but be careful, cocoa powder gets a burnt taste real fast. So if you're wanting it more crunchy and you're cooking it longer than that 8 minutes, just be careful because they can burn quickly. Also remember, this is a gluten-free baked good that has no flour, anything like that. So the cookies will be soft when you remove them from the oven, but they will firm up. So you don't want to cook your cookie until it's crispy because it will burn. You just want it to be firm. Once the cookies are all baked, remove them from the oven. They still will be soft, but they will firm up as they cool. Allow them to cool in the pan for about 10 minutes. Or until they're firm enough to transfer to a wire rack without falling apart. Once they've firmed up, transfer them to a wire rack and allow them to cool completely before eating. Once you're ready to eat them, take your desired amount, put them on a serving platter if you wish. If you do have any leftovers, you can store them in an airtight container at room temperature for up to 5 days. Eat and enjoy.